What's up with it? What's up with it? We're a little bit behind, but we getting it in. I just came from my nephew graduation, first generation. Well, he the first of the how I said my brother son. So out of my mom and my daddy kids, he got the first kid to graduate high school today, man. Graduate from Boone High School. Shout out to Vaughn, man.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
walking back. I'm walking back to the car now. So hey, the service might be a little laggy, but we here, y'all. What's up with it? Thank y'all for tuning in. This is another episode of Talk That Talk Youth Football Podcast, man. We coming at y'all every week, every Wednesday with another banger. We got another one for y'all today, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Make sure y'all go like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're over on my Facebook right now, go to my Instagram and subscribe to my YouTube channel too. And make sure you go follow me on Instagram, TTT Youth Football, man. We trying to get them numbers up. And every time y'all subscribe or like or comment, it helps us get in the algorithm and push us forward and build a platform. So we appreciate the love, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Um, hey, talk that talk. We on tour, baby. We got the tour dates. Hey, shit, we got one coming up June 5th through 7th. That's like in a week. We at UIS, Dallas, Texas, man. Great football being played there. It's the last of the spring nationals. Um, gonna be a lot of great football. Shout out to y'all UIS Malik um, for bringing your boy on and trusting in the process and the platform, man. We appreciate the love. After that, we got the It'll Happen Boys. That's gonna be toward the end of June, June 25th through 28th. We're gonna be at Hickory Tree Park in St. Cloud. Shout out to Lee Davis and Key. They got a nice event. And you got that Friday schedule?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, tell them about the games, Mike.
On Friday, they got Tri City Bulls 8U versus Davenport Patriots 8U. That's Bala Bean. If y'all don't know Bala Bean with the Davenport Patriots, that's his 8U squad. They've been together for a long time. That's gonna be a good game right there. Next up, they got Tri City Bulls versus Davenport Patriots 14U. Uh, that's ADO boys. That's Outlaws and Alpha Dogs together, boys, versus 11U Davenport Patriots, which I believe that might be the Patriots 12U or 11U because I know they're not single age. So I don't know what age is moving up or down. Next up, Saws Boys and the Tri City Bulls 10U. So it looks like Sauce Boys playing up. And got them tweakers 12U versus Tri City Bulls. Damn, Tri City Bulls whole organization popping out. In the big game of the night, they got Pompano Eagles. Sorry, y'all, just a little blurry. Versus PvP 10U. That's your
That's gonna be a good
Friday
one.
schedule. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
I want to see what the Tweakers gonna do. Shout out to the Tweakers.
Yes, sir. It's
After that, we got July 17th through 19th. We got Beat 'em and Feed 'em, baby. Beat 'em and feed the homie. That's gonna be another big event. If you want to go get the smoke out there, that's the place to go to get that smoke at, man. A lot of top teams gonna be out there competing. Every year they do it bigger. So this definitely gonna be no exception. Shout out to KJ, shout out to Chad for having your boy go out there and screen the games, man. Me and Mike gonna be out there. Gonna set something up out there. See if we can do a little something out there with the tournament. But yeah, we gonna be out there live in effect. That's my birthday weekend, so make sure y'all pop out with your boy. After that, we got ranked up July 25th through the 28th. That's gonna be on the pond in Miami. Shout out to Panther. If you want to get your rankings up right before YNC, that is the place to be to get into the ranking. Followed by that, we got Beat 'em and Feed. No, I'm tripping. My bad. We got YSP preseason, y'all. Sorry, that's just a scat pack. Put hop in the scat, y'all. Sorry. But yeah, we got we got YSCP up on the podcast. I'm in the car, y'all, so don't mind me, man.
You got YMC preseason,
Hey,
July
what?
31st through August 2nd. NLATL. I know the 1K boys locked in. Hey, in the chat, comment if you locked in for YNC preseason.
Yes, sir. 1K boys locked in, baby. Come coming out there live in effect. Try to punch our ticket and get ranked in the top 5 or top 10. Well, I'm gonna say top 5 because we ain't finna lose to no man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Yeah.
we in the building, y'all. Hey, showing the merch.
Hey, I know y'all seen. I'm gonna show y'all our new logo. One of our new logos. I'm gonna let it pop that up real quick first. I know y'all
Yes,
seen it at the
sir.
beginning. You know, we trying to come out with a lot more colorways than just our normal black, orange, and all that. So here's another mock-up of some more things that we're working on.
I like this one, bro.
Yeah, these are fire. I know
It's
y'all
that
see the
Miami
Miami
Vice,
Vice
baby.
colors, but in the backgrounds we got the city of Orlando.
I don't got no money for that.
As as y'all know, we are Central Florida. That's where we are based at. So instead of Miami City back there with the colors, we got the city of Orlando in the background representing the city.
Yes, sir. This shit hard, boy. I ain't gonna lie. I said I snap with some of these. Get me some Jordans that color. Some merch.
It's gonna be
That's a little
that summertime fire, y'all. We're gonna be. I'm gonna try to have these ready by beat 'em and feed 'em in our normal colorways, but I want to have it. You know, I want to display these too at beat 'em and feed 'em too. We want to give you all that fire merch for the summer, especially them shorts and the ski mask and the armbands for the kids. Shoot, everything
Yeah,
on this mock up fire. So,
yeah, that's a fire markup right here, bro. I ain't gonna even hold you. You did your
hey,
big one on this one.
hey, comment in the chat which one y'all like the best in this mock.
And we also got the other merch too, the original merch.
Yeah,
With
don't
the-
forget about original merch. Pop that up real quick for y'all if I can find it.
Yeah, that been fire, boy. I ain't gonna even hold you, bro.
But yeah, merch is gonna be out there this
Yes, sir. Hey,
summer.
we had the chat jumping yesterday, boy.
Yeah, we got a little snap picture of what y'all did yesterday. I'm gonna show y'all real quick. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me zoom in for y'all actually.
We had almost 500 in this chat, y'all. We went crazy yesterday. We was breaking down that 11U bracket. That 11U bracket gonna be something serious this year. Shout out to the Barrett County Outlaws and the So Icy boys.
416 in the chat last night.
And you see what that time say? That shit said 11:17. I stayed on that bitch till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh
We
my.
went live.
Hey, someone in the
We went
chat
live.
saying y'all was on live for 4 hours last night.
Yeah, I just gonna say that. We went live for 4 hours.
Y'all went crazy.
Yeah, that was the first live stream that we did. we're gonna start doing that more often. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna start on the days that we don't have the pod, there's stuff going on and that we want to cover, we're gonna go ahead and hit them up and really break it down because that was a great live session. Shout out to So Icy, shout out to Kyle, shout out to Barry County Outlaw, shout out Jason, shout out Rob and your coaching staff, bro. Y'all definitely popped out yesterday and we had a great turnout. Like I said, I've never been on live for 4 hours. You know what I'm saying? But when you see that many in the chat, man, you gotta keep it going, man. So the numbers ain't never dropped. So it got to the point where I had to be like, hey man, we gotta go. So that was a good look. But man, let's introduce our guest, man. Let's get this thing started, bro.
Yes, sir.
Hey man, I'd like to introduce our special guest, my brother, my partner in crime, man. Hey, YNC D2 national champion coach. Um, Me and him that did a lot of teams together, man. We had a lot of success. And he definitely one of the ones calling offenses, drawing up offenses, developing kids, man. Great mentor for the youth. He had his own training, Bowles Universe. So if you need training for your kids, or you want to get your kid in the weight room, he does it all, man. Fitness trainer, fitness coach, personal trainer. My boy, Coach Bowles, man. What's up with it, brother?
Yo, what's up, Wolf?
Yes, sir.
What's up, man? Appreciate y'all boy having me on, man. One thing I say before y'all start is that you know, uh, really proud of you, young bro. You know what I'm saying? You came a long ways, bro. And
Appreciate that.
really you should retire from the lies, but you know how to support you, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
really see your growth, bro. That you know what I'm saying, you came from the bottom, bro. You really built it up and I would like truly say that nobody can really take that from you, bro. Cause I seen you get it from the mud. You feel me? So,
Yes,
bro, I'm
sir.
very proud of you, bro. God gonna keep blessing you, bro. If you doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I appreciate that, brother. Turn your phone to the side so we get a wide screen of you, brother.
To the side.
To the side.
That's better. I'm trying to see if I can put it up on mine. Hold on. Like,
It's
can
like
I?
we all,
Can I?
it's like we all in the car, man.
Yeah, yeah. I'm in the car. I'm trying to see if I can. Okay, there we go. Hold on. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
that's it.
make.
That's good.
All right.
Hey, man, look, man. A question I like to ask all my guests before we start, man. How your mental is? What you got going, brother?
Man, right now, I done started over with the 5U. You know, trying to build it up from the bottom. Got some good talent over there. Good coaches. Shout out to KJ giving us the opportunity to come do what we're gonna do. Still doing my training. Like same old, man. Everybody know me. Everybody know Coach Bowles, man. Shit, I told everybody, man, I was gonna be good today on the live, man. So, so I'm taking it easy on the live today.
Speaking it from the bottom, man. Tell me how you started coaching, or what made you start coaching?
Really, man. I started coaching down south. You know, and then that's where I got my first foot in. High school, and then little league. Pack a rattle and stuff like that. I came up here to Orlando in like 2016, and got on with Pine Hill. That's why I met Coach Josh. We was out there. We built the bond out there. Coached out there for like 4 or 5 years, and then like pretty much I started coaching because I seen that Orlando didn't have that national look where they had that down south vibe yet. As far as like intensity and what they knew to grow in the city. What I'm saying? Everybody was still Pop Warner and regular stuff. What I'm saying? So I decided to like put my foot in the door.
So when you after you came from down south, so the was the Outlaws your first team that you coached in Orlando?
No, Pine Hill Trojan was my first team.
Oh yeah, Pine Hill Trojan. That's what J1
Yeah.
was for.
hmm Yeah, Pine Hill Trojan was my first team coaching.
How that season go?
Man, my first year I got blew out every game, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, but I got blew at every game. You know, they gave me they gave me the babies. And then that next season I came back. We pretty much ran the table in Pop Warner. Ran it about 2 more years, and then that's when everybody started getting to know me in Orlando. And then I made the move to the Outlaws.
What made you choose the Outlaws to be one of your first organizations to coach for in Orlando? But after
Honestly,
after 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 Pine Hills.
I was really good friends with Tay. You know, Tay Lewis. You know, shout out to Tay Lewis, man, great coach. But I was really close with Barry. You know, I used to train his son at the property over there. And they gave me an opportunity to come out and coach, and I was finna coach the 10U uh for Outlaws. And then when the 6U came, Coach Richie decided to go up, and they had no head coach for the 6U. So that's what made me go into 6U and coach the 6U. But so at the time, nobody wanted the 6U because Richie took all the kids. So it was pretty much like, like rolling dice as far as like, okay, I'm gonna take this team. This 6U been the team for the last 3 years. You know, they had Taraj, they had Brody them, and it was a pretty much, big stamp to take. But
Yeah, them big
I re-
shoes to fill, boy.
yeah, big shoes to fill, and I was left with nothing. So I took it because it's more of a challenge, and I want to show people that we can coach, but not coach the regular way. As far as run right, run left. I I taught the kids football. Not just get the ball and just run left and run right. We did audible, we did motions, we did all kind of stuff on like 6U. So, that was my goal as far as running the 6U.
Yeah. So that 6U team, we built it from the ground up. I seen you turn Chris Wiggins and Rico Anderson into animals, man. Tell me about that process of masquerading them boys and getting them to the next level.
Honestly, bro, when we got that team, I knew Rico from pre-K. Him and J1 was good friends, best friends. And one thing about Rico and Wiggins and J1 and them boys weren't scared of, being coached up. And them kids had a lot of heart. Rico probably played in the Outlaws like 2 years before when he was 4 years old as well. But he never got the opportunity to play. So when I really got my hands on him, he was a really tough kid. So when the kid want to play football, he got an IQ. That's something that you want to build on. And honestly, at that time, those kids that we had on the 6U, at that time, I knew them kids were gonna be special. They don't level you right now. People are like, oh yeah, they good, they raw, but them kids be like that since 6U. Them kids been running the table since 6U. I don't think I never seen Rico or any of them boys run away from not one fade out there.
Nah, they definitely had it in them, boy.
Hmm.
So that year right there, we kind of beat everybody, but we end up losing to the West Orlando Jags. They
Hmm.
had BK. I think we lost to the Cowboys too, right?
Yeah. The playoffs. Yeah.
We lost the Cowboys in the playoff. I think we got like a 90% winning percentage. You know what I'm saying? That
Mhm.
first year, we only lost two game. I think one game in the playoffs, right? That
Yeah,
was
yeah. One
Osceola,
game. Yeah, that was it.
and then we lost to BK them. So that was only two games we lost to AU. So we played like about maybe like 10, 15 preseason games,
Yeah, we did. And
and we went undefeated in those games. And then tell me about you kind of gave me my first assist on that national run. We played Bessemer in D1 National. Tell me a little bit about that.
well, when it came to nationals, that was my shout out to Panther. He got the opportunity to go out there and still play, even though we lost in the playoffs. But when it comes to the 6U kids, you can't really um put your money on this and that game because the kid may wake up one day and he may be snotty nose and they don't play right. You know what I'm saying? Versus, they come to the next game and they be ready to play. So I felt like our team still had a championship mentality. So I decided to put us in that fire. We played CDJ, we played North Henry, Tigers. We beat both teams, and we played Bessemer. Bessemer is probably one of the best teams that been on level you for the last 3 4 years. We went the 4 time overtime with them boys. Took them toe to toe, but it showed everybody what our coaching and what our kids was made of. And they showed them what national was. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yes.
gotta really give my props to the Outlaws because at that time when everybody was against us, they showed a lot of support. I would say this, Miss Pam. I don't know Miss Pam watching right now, but Miss Pam was probably somebody that really had my back, besides you. And she really supported the whole team, you know what I'm saying? And she had a real family vibe. And I think wasn't for that, our kids wouldn't be able to push through because she was out there in the cold. She was out there in the morning time, she was there, man, nighttime and all. She was always yelling, hey, let's go support. And I think that was the vibe that gave me, okay, we are a family now. And once we built that family, I think our kids like really built then and they gained that confidence, and that really showed everybody that these boys are the real deal.
Still with me, brother?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm with you, bro.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, broke up a little bit. But yeah, okay, so we coming from okay, we took Bessemer to three overtimes. They ended
Hmm.
up beating us by an extra point or something like that.
Yeah.
And that next year, te- uh, I'm not trying to get messy, but I do want to get the story across the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, okay, so we end up losing to the Jazz, but the next year we end up moving over. What's
Hmm.
some of the reasons, or what reason that attracted you to the Jaguars, the Western Atlanta Jaguars?
A lot of reasons. People felt like it was more so of like me trying to backstab Richie or whatever like that. But to be honest, me and KJ been friends a long time. Even when before he even built the West Orlando Jazz, we had a conversation about him building the program. So that honestly was my back pocket because I would have went there first, but because me and Barry was tight, I ended up going to the Outlaws. But when we made such a big success on 6U, you know, my main thing was that I'm not gonna let these kids be that good and then they're gonna sit behind a whole year behind another group of kids when they should be playing.
Oh yeah, because they were
And
still, they was Outlaw was still doing dual age, and
yeah,
we
yeah.
wanted to do single age.
So I went a single age because I felt like our team was building and they had came up with confidence. So it's like you build a team up with confidence, and then they go the next and they sit behind a whole group of kids. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that was fair for them when they got on the platform and they showed the whole world what they can do. You know, um, so the conversation was had. I was denied the single age, and then KJ was like, well, if it don't work out, come holler at me. And that's what I did, and he gave me an opportunity to go over there and coach the 7U, which at that time nobody had single age as far as like, teams in Orlando. I think we were the first teams. Well, West Orlando was
Yeah.
the first team to actually do the single age. So everything that year was trial and tribulation. Like we had to go find teams to play. We had to travel, so it was something that was a big stepping stone for not just me, but the staff and the kids and the parents, you know. So that was something that was big, and that was the reason why I went to West Atlanta because I didn't want to see my kids ride the bench.
True.
Yeah, so coming over there to the Jazz, it was a single age, but it wasn't no D2 for the single age group. So we wasn't able to play league play.
Yeah.
So basically we were on a national schedule.
Hmm.
One of our first national games, do you remember?
First, one of our first national games was, I believe, who did we play our first year? I think we went down and played
What,
Lauderdale
Reverie?
Broncos.
Or Lottie Broncos?
Yeah, Lauderdale Broncos, and we played Carroll City.
Chiefs.
Yeah, we played Carroll City Chiefs. But we ended up losing to Lauderdale Broncos. I mean, it was a dog fight, of course, but we ended up losing, and then we ended up playing Carroll City the next day, and we ended up beating them.
Beat the
Um,
brakes off their ass.
yeah, the next day, and that was kind of, to be honest with you, because before that we went to beat them and feed them, and we lost. We
Yes.
lost like we lost every game and beat them and feed them. I think we lost against Bay Area Jags, everything, because we were trying to figure everything out. And at that time, it was a lot of heat on us because nobody believed in the 7U, nobody believed in the coaching, nobody believed in the team. You know, we had internal issues, we had people from the outside, we had a whole bunch of we had a lot of people doubting us at the time. But so we lost a lot of games in preseason, starting off. Our last game, Lauderdale Broncos, I remember when we lost the game, you know, that was the last game that we had to lose. And we lost that game, that was gonna be the end of our 7U. So we ended up going to Carroll City and beating the brakes off them boys because we ended up coming up with a plan. Shout out to Greg, Greg helped out too that game too. But we put a plan together and we ended up really beating them boys. And since that game there, that's when everybody went to believe it. And we took off from there.
So that first season y'all played, y'all had to make y'all own. Y'all had to find every game yourselves.
Yeah, we had to play national games and we had to play powerhouse teams. We couldn't play no Lulu teams. So teams from down south already had single leagues. So they already were teams way back on 5U. We put a we put a team together and were hoping everything worked out as far as staff, kids, etc. So we going against teams that been together for 3 years already. So we really going up against the grain trying to keep our team together, but we losing. So we got parents saying, "Oh, they're gonna leave the team." We got the org saying we're gonna fire you. You know what I'm saying? So we had a
Mm.
lot of pressure. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but honestly though, like I gotta really like give a shout out to that because it wasn't for like Coach Quez, Coach Trey, Coach Greg, them guys are in my corner the whole time because it was a lot of pressure, and I think that's a lot of pressure for anybody because you're playing on national TV, you're playing against millions of people that want to see you lose, you know?
Yeah.
So if you not like grounded or got support, it's very tough for you to make that through.
Yeah, it is. So okay, and then you had Shot BK. He was kind of straddling the fence at first. He didn't really understand um the single age thing. So he was the coach in 8U. So we had
Hmm.
BK playing 8U and then coming on Sundays and playing with us. So he took a lot of
Hmm.
beatings on that 8U, and then to come down to play with us, it's just like we had to figure out the rotations. We had to figure out everything on the fly.
Yeah,
So uh, I feel once BQ fully locked in with the 7U and just like for the 8U, I think that's when we start to take steps because everybody was locked in for real. And I think, like you said, when we beat the Carroll, I think that's when everybody started to like really believe in what we had going on.
yeah. That was something that was pressure too because we had a lot of people on the fence, and we had a lot of kids on the 8U too that, you gotta think about it. You got a coach that come from 6U, and they come over to be the head coach of a single age, and then you know, parents, coaches, fans, they're going to be skeptical about that. So they're not going to automatically, bend and be like, okay, man, I got your back. You got to make that a believer, you know?
Hmm.
So, we took a lot of bruises and punches, but once everybody saw that, we were committed to the team, it wasn't just like about just us being out there, like we really was on that. Like that's when I think everybody started to come together because I think for the first time, once once the playoffs ended with 8U and we still had like 6 more games left on national, like when people really saw like what it was, like that's when everybody was like, we locking in with these boys and we gonna rock out.
Yeah.
So we go from that rocky start. Then we pick up some big pieces late. You added, I know you
Yeah.
added T-Raw, and then we
hmm
had Bullet, and we got Boston. Tell me about how the hell that came about.
Honestly, bro, I don't know the full situation they had over there. Well, I know what T Raw had going on. But as far as the Cowboys, I don't know where that situation went down. I know they had some altercations with, staff and coaches over there. But
Yeah, 'cause that Cowboys team was like what, number 6 in the country
nah,
on 6U.
no, they could remember they didn't come out of there. We ended up being ranked after we beat Rare Breed. So when we beat Rare Breed, that's when everybody was like, okay, these boys are serious. So I think once that game happened, we got a lot of more people looking at us and was like, like, okay, like we want to come over. I know there was a lot of reasons why, certain players and parents came over. You know, um, but but because of the fact, everybody helped out. They came to help out, and we made it work the best as we could.
Yeah, so you go from a rocky start at the beginning to now you add these pieces, and I think once we added those pieces, it kind of put us on the map and took us to a whole level. Now, I was speaking
Mhm.
on the Osceola Smoke Boys, the 6U year. I think they were ranked number 6 or number 5 in the country, and I think they doing single ways too, right?
Yeah, they ended up going out there, and I think they lost again. They played a few preseason games. They lost to like so icy some other teams, and that kind of knocked them off the platform at that time.
So once they lost, Bullet and Boston decided to come over,
hmm
and then when they came over, it's like we took off. That
Yeah,
really put us on the map.
yeah. T. Raw was a big piece too. T. Raw was a very big piece at that time. He was a strong, tough kid. He played both sides of the ball. He played running back. He was a killer at the end. You know what I'm saying? So, we had a lot of pieces. I think we got Tyson too at that time too.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, we got Tyson, and we was able to really um we were able to really move kids around, rotate kids around. That kind of helped us out in the
Yeah, where
long
you
run.
at? I'm dropping quick them off now. I ain't have enough time to stay the one. But yo, that was I think adding them pieces really put us over the top. Goodness, man, why would you need that? You want me to bring it to your house and solidify what we had going on. I bring it to your house.
hmm
Like so once we added those people, I don't know what was the issue, but it was some backdoor stuff going on. Like uh, the Cowboys and Outlaws had them merged,
hmm
and
Yeah,
the
they
whole
did.
time we were trying to get our players to come over with us,
hmm
but they decided to go merge with Cowboys.
Yeah.
Uh, how did you feel about that? And talk about that experience.
Uh, but to be real with you, I couldn't really get mad at the parents too much because they were manipulated. You know what I'm saying? And I don't gotta go into like what was what, but at the same time, when somebody be at your head like that, they gonna say whatever they can say to grab kids or grab parents. Like however it went, because at the end of the day, we see where everybody landed on. You know what I'm saying? Everybody with the Jack Boys now. Something that I've been trying to do since 6U.
Yeah,
You know, but that was a blow because I felt like a lot of those kids that went over there, they had more opportunity with me as far as being coached up or getting better opportunity to really display their talent. Because I really put my all in with them kids. So I know the kids from babies. So, but at the same time, I think everybody gotta like hit that wall to see, what's really going on. So they get the truth of everything.
yeah. So those end up being our kind of our biggest rivals, kind of like how the 7U is with the Brick Boys and the ATM Boys. It was
Yeah.
us versus the Outlaw, the Cowlaws or whatever their name was at the
Hmm.
time.
Cal.
Uh, so we end up winning. What team we had played in that Florida tournament?
We played Carroll City.
Carol City.
Yeah, we played Carroll City in that tournament. Beat them like 32-0. And that kind of shook everybody, when we beat them boys, because they were really the predominant down south team. Shout out to Coach Griff. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's still coaching or not, but he had a really good team that year, and I think we had to really put some stuff together to go ahead and dominate that.
So we went from trying to try something, put something together, to now we have a complete team. We got
Hmm.
one of the best. Got one of the best lines in the country.
Of
We got
course.
one of the best backfields in the country for sure.
Hmm.
With BK, Bullet, uh, T. Raw,
Hmm.
Tyson. We had a lot of backs that we could use. Um, we end up losing to the Outlaws. Explain
Yeah.
how that game went.
Oh, 8U year?
No, that 7U we played them.
That
And
7U
I
year?
think we
Oh,
played them at rank up.
at rank up. Oh yeah. At rank up, I think we're missing some kids too. Then, I think we had their number, bro. It just ended up because they didn't merge yet, because they still had Bullet and all them that
Yes.
that game. So, we kind of took out their main threat at the time, and they ended up calling the play that actually you know sent Bullet on a nice counter, and we got caught slipping. But the game was intense the whole 4 quarters. I think they kind of blew us when they took like a whole hour to talk to the refs, but because we had the momentum, when it started. But it is what it is. But
Yeah.
they just did a great counter play, and that said Bullet loose. And once Bullet break, it's a wrap.
Yeah. Definitely. He got that top end speed. Shit.
Hmm. That kid is
So now,
amazing.
yeah, he definitely like that. So now fast forward there, we make noise. We end up grabbing them. Uh, I think we lost to Duval in the playoffs. The score was 12-8.
Yeah,
We lost by 4 points, which ended up knocking us out of national contention. Because at that point in time, we was the number 9 team in the country.
yeah. No, what actually no. When that happened, us playing Duval, because Duval was already up at like number one, number two, somewhere around there. That game, because it was so close, we had we had the wherewithal to play D1 or D2. Like we would have went in as number 10. We would went D1, but um, at that time, like because of everything going on, I think everybody decided to go D2, win D2, and then come back the next year and go D1. Get our pieces together, get the staff together, and it got to do it like that. But it didn't work out like that. But
Yeah, I think the mindset was like, okay, we just putting it together. You
hmm
know, um, we can either go D1 and possibly go home on the first day,
hmm
or we can go D2 and win it all.
yeah,
And
and
I,
that's what
I,
we
I
played. That's what we
know,
played so icy.
yeah, and I felt like that was a more of a substantial thing to do because we would spend a lot of money to go there.
Yeah.
So I said we go win D2 and we build on a win because that even though it's D2, it's still going to be we're going to get more recruits. We're going to be able to build a better team next year that we're guaranteed to go D1.
Exactly. Exactly.
So we end up going D2 and we run the table on everybody.
Yeah.
Um, Not saying we had a lot of easy games because, like I said, it was still the top 15 teams in the country.
Yeah.
It was 11 through 15 in that 11 through 20 in that bracket.
hmm No,
Um,
11 through 16.
11 through 16.
hmm
Yeah. Yeah. So we ended up running the table. We ended up having to go against So Icy.
hmm
What do you remember from that game and that
Uh,
experience?
that game was intense, bro. That was a real rivalry. I think, to be real with you, if if we would have if we would have stuck together, um, as a whole team and staff, I think that would have been a rivalry game to this day. Because you know me and me and Cal was, we was good friends, but we were very competitive, and we played them earlier that year, and we lost to them, but we didn't have all the pieces either. But we ended up coming back, and then the media day was really intense, and that kind of made Clayton be like, this team gonna be a rivalry team for the next 4 or 5 years, because once that year ended it, Cal went in, he went and regrouped, read up, we did too. But we, like our route was a little different than everybody else, But if we would have had everything in place as far as staff and everything else, that would have been a rivalry game to this day.
Yeah, because you go looking at you go looking at you can do 2008. Hold on.
So y'all played So Icy in the championship or just at YNC?
No, we played them at both YNC. We played them in preseason YNC, and we played them in the championship YNC. But the game was so intense. I mean, Cal got a way of really getting in your head. You know what I'm saying? Like he know how to get people on his side. He know how to
What that
like mess
PP in
with
them?
your head, fuck with your head. You know what I'm
What that PP?
saying? And he
Yeah.
do everything he can to get you off your track. So that made our parents, I made Orlando kind of like not like that. So it became a real rivalry. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
our media day was probably the most intense media day that YNC ever had. You know what I'm saying? So, um, and then shit, we even got kicked out the damn national game. You know what I'm saying? Because of Coach Quez. But you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day,
Man, the man tried to
everybody's
crack on me, man, in the
yeah.
press conference, man. And
So
he know I was the wrong coach to crack on because the team gonna die. They gonna live and die for me.
so like everybody saw that these two teams, if they stay together, they gonna play for 3, 4 more years because it was so much tension. You know what I'm saying? But it was
Mm-hmm.
competitive. I say competitive tension.
Yeah.
Yes. So we end up being the first team to win the D2 national championship in
hmm
West London Jag organization. But it seemed like we still didn't get the respect that we felt like we deserved. 'Cause a lot of people say, "Oh, it's D2, it ain't real, like whatever." But as for the program, it was the first national championship before
Yeah.
they won the D1. It was us and Hester Group that we
Yeah.
won the D2 championship that year. We both won it. Um, so going into the AU year, What was your expectations?
Um, I'll be real with you, bro. Because of what we had on bro 7U, I was expecting that same staff to come back. We were going to build off of that, add some more things. Try some things out with a new staff member, stuff like that. And we had a plan, you know what I'm saying? We had a big plan together. We were going to do it how we would do it, but like I say, um, we had a lot of internal issues, you know. And when it comes to internal issues, people kind of tend to, do stuff behind your back, like say things, get people on their side, and then it start issues in the camp, And once some issues start, you know what I'm saying? Once it gets to the up top, the up top got to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? He got the program got to say, okay, what's going on? Even though we was winning, because one thing you can't deny about our team, we was winning. Regardless, we was winning. But when you got so many times somebody coming to you and saying this and the third, of course you're gonna be like, okay, let me check into it. And one thing I learned about coaching from all those years at West Orlando, and I'm not gonna say his name because me and bro tight, but one thing he told me was like, bro, you always gotta protect your camp. Everybody can't be in your camp. You know what I'm saying? Because when you build a camp, you gotta be able to trust everybody in your camp. You know what I'm saying? If somebody got different ideas or different ways against yours, it's not going to work. And no matter if we was a good team, we was a raw team, people had their own intention and motives. And when that happens, that breaks down everything. And one thing that we did do, we won too fast. We won way too fast. And when you win too fast, people start expecting, and then you got people that gonna envy, and people want a piece of that pie. You
Yeah.
know, and when you don't have the support internally, it's not gonna work because you gotta think about this. And I say this respectively. You know what I'm saying? If I'm on the front line and I can't trust you on the front line to go to war with me, then at the end of the day, when the war is over, we both gonna die because you know what? You're not gonna have my back the whole way.
Yeah.
So when people were talking about KJ was doing wrong, no, he wasn't doing wrong at all. KJ was going off of what people told him, and I don't want to say people told him. It was just it was brought to his attention. You know what I'm saying? And when that shit happens like that, you know what I'm saying? You can't. It's hard to build a team when you have eternal issues because one thing you gonna always have is parents going trip, people going trip, fans going trip. But as a staff, if your staff is one, none of that
Yeah.
shit matter. Like none of that shit matter. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta give these boys big props, bro. I'm talking about big flowers, bro. Big flowers. Look at Coach Josh them team, right? The 100K Jack boy right
Yeah.
now. Look at their team. This man had the same coaches since his 11U year with 100K. So why do you think he got the same staff, bro?
Cause they got camaraderie.
Bro, he could trust every single coach on his staff. Nobody gonna go behind his back. Everybody gonna be in his face talking real shit to him. There's not gonna be one coach that go and talk to KJ behind his back or tell it behind his back because by the end of the day, they all on the same page. And for me, yeah, I was hurt that I lost my kids, but on the real tip of that, bro, I'm happy because bro, they're with a staff that knows how to coach, but they're with a staff that has each other's back. If you don't have each other's back as a staff, I don't care if you have the best team in America, bro. That shit ain't
Yeah.
gonna work.
It's not.
That shit will not work, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter what we did as a team on 8U, 7U, no, whatever, 9U, whatever it was gonna be, bro. It was gonna crash at the end because, bro, we had internal fucking issues, bro.
And speaking of okay, and then speaking of, I'm gonna go back a little bit. We went in 7U. You mentioned that we wasn't in no league. We had a national schedule, so a
Hmm.
lot of those teams we played was national teams, right?
Yeah,
And at the time, we had just built the team. We really wasn't national yet. You know what I'm saying? We
yeah.
we had just came over to West Orlando and we just like, we're gonna do single A. This gonna be the first time we doing it. We trying something. And I feel like when we start losing at the beginning, that's where the narrative came out that we can't win the big game.
Hmm.
Um, how did you feel about that narrative being made about something that you were trying to build up?
You know, it didn't bother me too much, bro, because that wasn't my goal. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about football, you gotta have tough skin. But one thing you have to have as a head coach is you gotta have that picture at the end. What am I trying to build towards the end? Like what's my goal to get to? You know what I'm saying? So my goal wasn't just okay, the big gains. It was building chemistry and getting everything on the right page because we weren't there at all. We were winning, but we were still struggling between staff and everything else. So
Yeah.
we never had a complete team because we struggled from top to bottom. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? If you listen to any real good head coach, he don't care about losing at the beginning because he has a plan towards the end. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
it, so if you look at the total, okay, so look at Jack. I mean 100K, right? And I gotta bring them up because they're a great example to have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now look at their 11U, right? But they went to test the waters, lost some games, whatever, whatever. You know, people's on their neck. Now they were bashing Josh Head in. Josh never bought into what people were saying. He kept on building and doing what he had to do. His staff had his back. You know what I'm saying? 12U came. They went to the championship, lost again. And and he didn't have his quarterback, right?
Yeah.
13U came back, everything came together, bro, and they won it all. So he had a plan from the beginning. So any head coach knows that I'm not coming in. Yeah, I would like to win it all if I have it all, but at the same time, even I have it all, but I got to still build it and mold it. So if I don't have that, like as far as secure about it in my head and my heart, bro, I got to get it to this point. But it may not be 10U, may not be 11U, may not be 12U. It may be 13U. It takes time, bro, because people don't understand the process of what it takes to really build a team. They feel like, oh, I gotta win right now. Yes, you gotta win because that's the part of being competitive. But at the same time, you're not gonna jeopardize your coaching and what you're trying to build, but in the long run.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And they think we won too fast. So us winning that D2 championship really it put a lot of eyes and
They put a lot of targets,
microscopes
bro. A lot of
targets on
targets,
our
bro.
backs because we
Targets.
didn't know based off how the season started off, they didn't expect us to end up winning. I don't think
Mm-mm.
nobody did.
No.
And like you said, so having that success that fast, people's already expecting us next year. You got to be in D1
Mm-hmm.
or it's a bust. So going to the AU year, we dominate. I think we only lost one game that year, and it was
To
but
Duval.
to Duval.
Mm-hmm.
Um, another tight ball game. I think it was a 12-6 ball game.
Yeah.
McQueen ended up striking in the fourth quarter. We couldn't get on. We couldn't respond to that after that touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we had Bullet strike out for six, but that was about it.
Yeah.
Um, so once we get to AU, we on the way to the Super Bowl, and we get flagged.
Mm-hmm.
The infamous you can't play for two rosters.
Yeah.
So people was looking at us like we cheated, right? and they're
Yeah.
looking at you like you cheated. Tell me,
Hmm.
how did that make you feel? Knowing the integrity that you come in the game with, and knowing how you prepare. Um, how did that make you feel for the narrative to be that we cheated our way to the Super Bowl?
I think it was fucked up, bro. To be real. Yeah, of course I didn't need that kid at that time, but I asked all the proper people about the kid, you know what I'm saying? And bro, what it was, you know what I'm saying? But this my thing, because what had me so mad was because they didn't have the rule in the book. So when I asked the question, the only reason why the shit got pushed was because we had haters on the back end pushing the narrative. You know what I'm
So
saying?
pool, yeah. So basically, pool them lost, and because that they lost, and we still had a chance to go to the Super Bowl. And what that we were going to the Super Bowl. They were mad, so they ended up calling and saying that we had a kid playing against PvP that played for another team. And like I
Hmm.
said, we was already going beating PvP by damn near 30, so we didn't even need them. But um,
We blew out everybody.
going into that, I think I'm gonna speak on that for me as a coach. I love Gordo. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like his dad let us down because everything wasn't communicated with us. Um, Coming from, we thought if you was on our roster, we could play. It ain't no
Yeah,
stipulations.
yeah.
He had
Hmm.
played enough games to qualify to play in those games, so we didn't think that it was an issue.
Hmm.
Um, I don't even think Gordo had to tackle that game.
No.
Um, like we dominated them boys, and I don't even think we even used Gordo to Gordo. I don't even think he made a tackle that game. So we really didn't need him, but he was a part of the team, so we
Yeah,
didn't want to leave nobody out. For me, I'm thinking that was our best year to win.
yeah. That was definitely our best year, bro. And that's something that I had to take on the chin. But one thing that was, that really showed me colors was everybody knew what was going on, and then when it hit the fan, everybody was like, Coach Bowles, and like, nah, if we all in the same pot, let's stay in the same pot. Let's not jump off the pot. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when the shit went down and everything got clear, whatever. The next year they made the rule in the book that you could play on two rosters as long as not in the same league. So that's what pissed me off even more because I'm like, bro, y'all took this away from us and you didn't even have a clear vision of this going on. But to be real, I should have just said no from the jump. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it wasn't like it still wasn't in black and white. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though we had enough games with him on there, it still was in black and white, bro. Like, it still left room for a bitch to get on our ass. You know what I'm saying? So I allowed a bitch to still come in there and be like, okay, they got this, so let me get them. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I gotta take on the chin and be accountable for because I should have said no from the jump. You know what I'm saying? I should have just went in there and played our game and just beat them boys and then just slide. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. You can't carve spilled milk, but you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't like how the league handled that because they really played with you know, they really played with our top on that.
What did they end up doing to y'all, to the team?
They ended up suspending me for 5 games the next season, and they pulled us from the Super Bowl, and then they pulled our national
Ranking.
invite. Yeah, so we was
Damn.
already ranked number 8. So we were already in national. They pulled national. They put a Super Bowl from us.
Damn.
So what tournament we end up doing that AU year?
We ended up doing rank up. You know what I'm saying? We ended up beating Tri City Bull like 42-0 or some shit. But I wasn't even know. 'Cause we were supposed to play. We were supposed to play Lakes, but we never played them boys because of the rain or whatever hurricane they had coming. Some shit.
So going fast forward, the 8U was my last year. I had not made the
Hmm.
announcement that I got my sons. They starting to come of age, and I want to go down.
Yeah.
That was the first. That was the first crack of it. Where we were starting to break the staff up. Cause me and you started 6U, and you thought
Hmm.
I was gonna be there for the long period of time. But I come tell you like, yo, man, I gotta go down. What I'm saying? Cause my sons is coming to age, and I want to be there for them. Um,
Yeah,
so
for
that's
sure.
that was the first year that Josh and Tay came in. Was it just Josh and Tay, or was it the whole staff at first? I think it was just Josh and Tay,
Uh,
right?
Actually, it was just Josh. Josh came to me, because of the whole speculation about what like people saying to KJ or whatever. Josh came to me, we had a conversation, and I had no problem with Josh coming down. You know what I'm saying? Josh was my dog, great coach. I think he probably one of the best coaches that's probably gonna be here in Florida for like a long time. You know what I'm saying? He has a great mind and how he felicitates how he does things. You know what I'm saying? He runs a high school program. You know what I'm saying? You can't really beat that in youth football. You know what I'm saying? When somebody runs a high school system like perfectly, it's really hard to beat that. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah,
so I was proud that he was coming because that was something great that was going to be not only for the team but for my son. You know what I'm saying? Um, and honestly, when the staff was breaking up, I was like, well, I don't want to leave the team with just any kind of coaching because we had no coaches. So I reached out to Tay and I asked Tay, what he liked to coach. And he thought about it for a little bit and then he was like, you know what, I'll do it. And then, we got the other guys involved because we need a lineman coach because you was gone. Coach Jay wasn't coaching no more, so we hollered at E. E came on. He's an amazing lineman coach. I think he's probably one of the best I've seen in a long time. They got Coach Vaughn and Coach Max. So they would they were good coaches, but it started off with Coach Josh and Coach Tate. You know what I'm saying? Cause I knew them boys for a long time, so I knew where their heart was at. So I knew if I was gonna put my kids in anybody's hands, it was gonna be in their hands. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that real now.
And
So,
a lot of people thought,
yeah,
but not to cut you off, a lot of people thought that it was gonna be pressure, but they don't know the inside story with me and Coach Josh and me and Coach Tate. You know what I'm saying? So they were like, "Oh yeah, they're taking the team," but I didn't care about that part. You know what I'm saying? People trying to start beef, but I talked to Coach Josh and Coach Tate all the time. So them coming down was a blessing for me. You know what I'm saying? Cause shit, I can lay back. You know what I'm saying? So people thought it was gonna be more of like a pressure thing, and no, it had nothing to do with them boys at all.
so if you felt like that, why did you end up going to Osceola?
Um, well, the whole Osceola thing was, I don't like to bring up old shit, but
Hey, but I mean, look, bro. Hey, look, we already know that we already over that. We passed that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
We back.
yeah.
It's a
So
family reunion, but this for the
yeah,
people on the chat that don't know.
yeah. So you know, they was worried that I was leaving and shit like that from KJ aspect, you know what I'm saying, and then um he hit me with the whole thing of I'm gonna get a team to coach Josh and wasn't no conversation involved, you know what I'm saying. So I feel like it was slap in the face to me after so much that I did for the program and the team, you know what I'm saying. So that's where the beef started between me and bruh, you know what I'm saying? And it was unfortunate because me and KJ, we were real tight, you know what I'm saying? Eventually me and bruh talked it out and, we made bonds, you know what I'm saying? And I wish we could have fixed it beforehand, but that's just a point of, when it comes to men, we gotta learn how to kind of talk to each other a little differently because if we'd had different conversation, I never would have left West Orlando. You know what I'm saying? I would still been there. You know what I'm saying? But because of how I was displayed and shit going on. You know what I'm saying? I just took it more of like, you just like, but you sitting on me, like and then that's how that shit ended. But we ended up talking, like getting shit right in it. Like I'm back. Well, my son is back on the team. But actually I'm on 5 now.
Yes,
but
sir. We done went back down. We gonna have a
but
whole 47 in a minute.
but yeah, no, man. Like, I just think that was more so just me and bruh, had tension. I think if bro would have like talked to me, and been like, hey, bro, I heard you leaving or whatever, or just talk to me. I think it would have been different conversation. Like, nah, bro, that's not what it is. But they did reach out to me, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? But as far as that, you know what I'm saying. But we would have never parted ways because, like I say, like KJ, my dog. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy for us to get into an argument and talk it out. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
because I guess we were so close and how the shit happened, like it was more intentional because we were so close. So you got a brother and you kind of fight with him. So it would take a little longer for y'all to get back right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And just for the record, guys, we had over 90, I'm gonna say 85% win percentage. The only team that we haven't beat on that level was been Duval and Dog Pound. And to this day, they we still ain't beat them on that level yet. So, um, like to make it seem like we wasn't winning games or we couldn't get over the hump like that, we lost to Bessemer, we lost to Duval, and we lost to Dog Pounds. All three of those teams were top five in the country. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I don't really get why we had so much pressure on us. When I really do though, because like I say, we everybody wanted to see us elevate from. You have to go further than the D2 championship. Everybody expected. Oh, they won D2 last year. There's no way they should be able to. They should run the table in Florida League, which we did
Mm-hmm.
run the table.
Yeah, we
We
did
beat, we
definitely.
beat, we lost one game at you.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the Duval. And then in the playoffs, we ran the table. We didn't lose in the playoffs. We ended up getting
Mm-hmm.
kicked out the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I just don't. 6U, we lost 2 games. 7U, if you want to count out preseason, I don't count the preseason, but for regular season, 7U probably lost 2 games.
No,
Eight
no, one
U.
game Duval. That was it.
So yeah, basically that's what I'm saying. So the only team that really beat us is Duval and Dog Pound, and
Mm-hmm.
then Bessemer, who played the number one team in the country.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see why it was a problem like that because those teams, like I said, they done been together like commodity. They got the same staff. We just jumping on the map and trying to get out there, which we should. A lot of those games were close, but we just could
Mm-hmm.
never, we can never come out with the victories.
Never get over that
I
hump.
think yeah, we can never get over the hump. So that was a disservice. But I just felt like we should have been appreciated a little bit more than we was. It's like we stayed in that damn hot seat, but that hot seat did sometimes that coaches because it made us more on
Yeah,
our
it made
shit.
us
Like
better, bro. Like
it
I ain't
made
gonna
us
cap,
actually
bro.
better.
Like I ain't gonna cap. Like people look at that shit as funny, and yeah, that shit did fuck with me, bro. Like a lot when KJ be like, "Man, y'all in the hot seat," but bro, it made my coaching so much more tuned in and so much more intense because I wasn't gonna lose, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I I made sure everything we did was accurate. You know what I'm saying? Like every play, every call we did was accurate. You know what I'm saying? Like I put everybody in the right position to be successful because every time every time Sunday came, Big KJ ain't give us no problem. He'd be like, "Hey, be using the hot seat," or "Hey, I let y'all boys slide this week."
Hey, shout out to KJ, boy. You 100, boy.
Yeah, so you think about it though, bro. Like you really think about it, bro. Like yeah, back then it kind of like fucked up because you like, damn, bro, I'm winning, bro, but you still in my act like, cause we blew niggas out 40-0. And KJ be like, man, hey, bro, I ain't impressed, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, what I gotta do? But if you think
Y'all should have
about
put
it
80
though,
on them boys.
yeah, but you think about it though, but you really think about it though, like just really think about it from like a high expectation standpoint. If KJ wasn't on us like that, bro, he felt like y'all got as a staff, y'all got the potential to be really great coaches. So I'm gonna stay on you until I feel like you're that elite coaches. You know what I'm saying? So people are looking at it like, oh damn, damn, damn. But nah, bro, like he made us really coach our ass off, bro.
Yeah, we had to come with it because it ain't no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Occasionally, yeah, you gotta produce.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing that he didn't play the radio with. You gonna have to produce on when you coach for West Orlando Jazz.
Exactly. Exactly. So, that one thing I do appreciate. Fully that, he really turned my coaching up.
Nah, I like that. I just made it. I just made it to the crib. Shit, all that damn traffic. But yeah, man. We going to we fast forward to the now 10 you with the Osceola Cowboys.
Hmm.
Um, what type of changes was that for you? Tell me a little
Uh,
bit about that experience.
really, when I went to TU, bro, I really played the backseat. I really went on a coaching standpoint. Like I had like a lot of stuff I was working on, outside of football. So I was trying to really focus on that. So I played like pretty much the back seat. I gave some ideas, stuff like that. But the coaching and the philosophy of Osceola was different from what I really dealt with. You know what I'm saying? They kind of used to like the wing tee and stuff like that over there. And it was something that was different, not just for me, but for my son also. You know what I'm saying? Because he had to play like in the wing tee standpoint. Cause like he went from a spread to more so of a wing tee slash spread. And it was like a big, like a big change. So like I would be honest, it
So
didn't
tell,
fit
hold
my.
on, real quick. Before that, real quick. So you took a back seat, but didn't you go there to be the OC?
No. I I mentioned it to them, but they felt like they wanted to move with more um of what they had there as far as like Osceola coaches, and that's their home, so I gotta respect it. So that's
So you mean to tell
that's
me you bought all that Louis luggage and they expected you to take a back seat?
I mean that was a decision, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I try to
That
be
real?
like a team player, and like the only thing from my end was that I'm gonna just try to be the best coach that I can be for whatever thing I'm on. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how like it played out. I think we could have did a lot more with the team. Because we had a lot of good
Yeah.
pieces. You know what I'm saying? But that's here or there. I would say Coach Breeze is a hell of a head coach. Great, great head coach, bro. He a stand up guy. Shout out to Coach Breeze. A real good guy. It's just that, like for me, Osceola runs a strict one program. And nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think they do great at what they do. It just some of that stuff don't fit for everybody.
Yeah.
And one thing for sure is that that program is probably one of the best programs I ever been in because they run it like a business. They run it to the T. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Gloria.
Shout out
Shout out to
Gloria.
Shaw,
Shout out Shaw.
Coach Josh. They they run a strict program,
CJ,
bro.
2 words.
And they really are family, bro. Like no cap, like Cowboys are a true family. Like if you go over there, bro, like, I don't care what you got going on, they gonna treat you like family. Like I had a whole tournament over there, bro, and they broke their back to help me with the tournament. You know what I'm saying? So, that go to show you what type of love they put in for anybody that comes over there. So so like
Yeah.
So like the schemes may be different for like people, but as far as the program, bro, that program A1, bro. Like I would like I love that program, bro. I love how they handle shit, bro.
Shout out to Osceola, man.
Real talk.
Y'all, they definitely they welcomed me with open arms. They supported me. They still support me to this day. So I ain't got nothing bad to say about Osceola. You know,
Yeah,
I
yeah. They
appreciate Nick
great
Shaw.
people,
They
bro.
had, hey, look,
Great people.
they tried to get me to fire you, bro. But I'm like, man, I'm already that locked in with my brother, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, they great people, bro. Great people, bro. I love Gloria, bro. I love Coach Shaw, man. I'm talking about great people, bro. Great people, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't supposed to tell nobody this, but I was at the game, man. Coach Shaw came up and just threw me $50, just like, bro, here, just to support your business, bro. And what you doing with the lives, I support you. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
And you know
man.
what I'm saying? I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
they
bro. 100,
definitely
bro.
showed love and allowed me to come to games and that's why I started my broadcast and then started talk that talk. I started with the Cowboys, so shout out to y'all, man, for being one of the teams that supported me from day one with this. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I
yeah. Amazing
definitely got a lot of
program, bro.
love. Yeah, definitely got a lot of love for Osceola, man. It ain't no
Yeah,
smut on y'all
amazing
name.
program. Amazing program, bro. Amazing program.
Now we're gonna fast forward to what made you I mean, I'm pretty. I know, but we just asking for the chat. What made you go back down?
To fire you,
Yeah,
um, I pretty much wanted to show people that, this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like I know how to build kids up to championship kids. I know how to develop kids from who don't know nothing. Like this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? So, with me personally, like a lot of coaches get kids when they're 11, 12, and they put a little stamp on them, but I like to get kids where they don't know no football. I want
yeah,
to and I want to win, so like these kids become championship kids from not knowing nothing because you can take any kid and go out there running and go to hit a nigga type shit, whatever it's gonna be. But when kids become champions and you built them from knowing nothing, because every county, every city has their team. So y'all got the same chance to build kids up to win. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So like if I'm doing the from scratch doing the same thing over, they go to show people, bro, like this is what I do. I coach and I develop kids. You can't take that from me at all.
I definitely think we do better with the younger kids, and then you pass them off. You know what I'm saying? It's a great funnel feeder program that the West Orlando Jazz got. You know, they got coaches like us that can develop and teach these babies from the scratch, and
Yeah,
then you got coaches like Josh them that can get them ready for high school. So
of
it's
course.
definitely a great feeder program that the Jazz got going on. Hopefully, we can keep that trend going on. Because I would love for them to coach my kids when they get a little older.
Yeah, and you gotta really look at it, bro. You gotta look at, they looking at kids right now like Carmine, Diesel, Bullet, um, J1,
Prince,
Rico,
Bull, nigga, them
Bull,
all our
Prince.
babies.
And they looking at them like, yeah, these boys out there doing their thing, they raw, but they started with us from the ground and they dominated all the way up. So they been on that platform like they gonna get down and dirty. So what people don't understand, like when it comes to kids being passed over, right? So you gotta
Yeah,
think about this. And I say this respectively. You know what I'm saying? So let's say, okay, you got 100K, right? 100K, they just won national championship, right? They won, they did their thing. They could have retired and just chilled. But I don't care what nobody say. When a coach sees a team and he just won national, to come down and grab another team, he got to see something in that team.
yeah,
Them kids have to know a certain style of football or have something in them that was taught for me to be like, okay, I'm gonna take this team and develop these team to the next best great team.
Facts.
So like for my team to get taken away, that's that's more so of like uh uh pat on my back. Like I put these boys on the platform to where they're seen now and they want to be coached. You feel me?
Yeah. And I would say, honey, hey, y'all, they definitely took them boys and definitely developed them way more and got them to another level, that a new height that we, you know what I'm saying, that we probably would never been able to get them to, or it just would have took a little longer. But they definitely did a big one with them.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
now 5U, man, what's the plans, man? What's talk to them about? Let's talk about this 5U bracket.
Oh, my fire you, bro. I ain't gonna lie. This fire you busting down, boy. This fire you and really, I don't want to say too much, but fuck it. I'm just going this bitch and say what I'm gonna say. Like
Say what you gonna say, bro.
this fire you gonna bust a lot of heads, bro. And like I know people get on live. I mean, they get on Facebook and be like, "Yeah, my team, we got something over here, man. We gonna bust all that shit, man." I'm like, and I ain't even, and I ain't even gonna like sugarcoat it because I know like what I seen a 5-year-old and what he can do and how he's moving. Like this 5U team is the next special team next to the Jack Boy kids that I had on 6U. Like this
Facts.
team is special, bro. Like this team is really special. Like if they weren't special, I would have even thought about YNC. I swear to God. You know what I'm saying? I swear I wouldn't even thought about saying YNC. I would have even been like, hey man, let's go, but let's do nationals. Bro, when I seen those kids come out and I seen me getting their chest and they alert and they move how they move and they could do like counter, they can do audible, they can do motions. Man, bro, man, boy, lights
Read
out out here.
options, bitch. Like, hey, this shit
Yeah,
loaded
bro,
now.
like, it lights out. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm not trying to beat on my chest, but these kids are going to really show people like they are above like a regular 5U. Like these kids
Yeah.
right now, they can take like I'm doing but stuff on 5U that I did on 8U and 7U. Like right
Mm-hmm.
now. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a quarterback doing read option.
5-2.
You feel me? So,
Mm-hmm.
and I got running back, I got Chambers, I got headhunters, I got Tootie them. Like, bro, like it's gonna be crazy. But it's gonna be crazy, bro. So it's like it's no knock against any team in Central Florida, but if they ain't coaching like that, boy, they gonna be in trouble. They kids gonna be over here with us.
Yeah. Cause this ain't no daycare shit over here now. It's baby ball, but it ain't no daycare. We teaching them football, man. They know their gaps, they know their assignments. Like we just, like I said, we just been putting work in day at a day. You know what I'm saying? Just taking a day at a time and stuff like that. But we ain't overly popping it. But like I said, we confident in our group of kids that we got. You know what I'm saying? From coaches that done started. We didn't start at 5, we started at 6U, but we know what the ingredients is for a good team. And I feel like this 5U team is way more advanced than that when we first started with that 6U team.
Way more bands, bro. And then the whole thing about it is that we done took that road because that first year was more of like trial and tribulation. So now it's more so like we know exactly what to look for, and we know what to do with the staff, what we're not going to tolerate, what we going to tolerate. You know what I'm saying? So now everything is just going to be in pure order.
Yeah, because you got all the past shit that we went through to look on, and you understand certain red flags and certain things that you don't like about shit, and you able to nip it in the bud early. And another thing too, we know what to look for now, so
Yeah.
that those adjustments can come faster as a coach.
And we got a great team mom. Shout out to Team Mom Q, man. great team, man. One of the best out there.
Quan, the time. Shout out to Quanda, man. She be on our ass, boy. It gotta be like that though, cause we gotta have everything in, make sure everybody
Mhm.
on point.
Yeah.
Hey, we but yeah, that's the news. We punched our ticket, man. Well, we got invited. We in YNC, man. We already done paid that ticket, so we gonna be there competing at a high level, man. So right now we just in full out grind mode. I'm kind of mad at myself. I had to cancel practice today, but this is my nephew. This is one of my mama's first grandkids to graduate. So this was a big thing because that's one of the second generation kids. He's one of the first one to graduate. So we had to be there to support. Well, I
She
wasn't
ran
gonna miss
into it.
that. You know what I'm saying? So we we gonna be at 3 days a week next week. So um any team any team in Central Florida, we definitely want to get us some scrimmages in June. It could be off the books, 10 play, 5 play, however y'all want to do it. Um,
Shit, and the
we're
kids want
looking
to come
for
over.
yeah, we're
They want
looking
to get
for
coached up.
so whether that's I know bruh from Tampa Jazz been trying to call us out. But we're trying to get some in the backyard before we go travel because we got a lot of preseason games set up.
Hmm.
Um, but we'll get around the Tampa Jazz. But like anybody in the city, we can come. We can y'all come to our practice. We can come to y'all practice, whatever like that, and just get a quick scrimmage in, little group practice in. It ain't nothing to hurt. Get some work in to see. I don't know if you guys are hitting, but we already hitting. We already in equipment, so just
Yeah,
let us know if
yeah.
y'all want to set up a little scrimmage, man. We open it and we down for that just to get a little tune up in before
Leave
we
that.
start playing any preseason games.
Leave that.
Um, Florida Elite South, man. They done left Florida Elite. So, do you think that make it less competitive, or do you think the teams that they added kind of suffice the teams that left?
I mean, only down south team was a lot of their lakes. You know what I'm saying? That really was a team that really played for. But now you got Florida Hurricanes, you got Miami Garden Ravens. You know, you got teams that are going to be competitive on all levels. So I think Lakes was a team that probably should have stayed, but at the same time, that was the only team. Now they added more teams that can be competitive. So now we got more smoke down south.
Yeah. One thing about it, we can't let them folks come in Florida Elite and win multiple Super Bowls the record again.
Yep, I agree.
Like
I
KJ said
agree,
in the
hundred
last
percent.
interview, like KJ said in the last interview he was on, a lot of their lakes broke his record for Super Bowls.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure Miami Garden got the same mindset. But I feel like this year is wide open.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
Definitely.
year is wide open for anybody to compete. So it's gonna come down to coaching. It's gonna
Yep.
come down to coaching. So um, when you building the staff, what qualifications are you looking for when you looking for coaches to
When you
coach
building with
with you?
staff, loyalty. Well, that's the first thing. Loyalty. Uh, Definitely the chemistry. Knowing your X's and O's. You know what I'm saying? Not just out here just doing whatever or doing your own thing, but loyalty, chemistry. Knowing how to fall in love with your position. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times when it comes to coaching, coaches or like beginning coaches, whoever, they want to be everywhere and they don't lock into their position. And that causes so many problems. That's probably the number one thing when it comes to coaching because they want
Hmm.
to tell every kid what to do. But one thing I learned from Josh them is that all the kids talk to their position coach, and their
Mhm.
position coach, he answered to his DC, his OC, you know what I'm saying? And that's how the chain reaction went. So there was no
Yeah.
confusion. So there's more confusion when you got coaches talking to every single kid and you're not taking to what you're coaching. So now you're getting confusion. If you, as a position coach, lock in and fall in love with your position, that's that's your product. That's you. That defines who you are. So at the end
Yeah.
of the day, when the kid is balling, that's your coaching. You don't have to coach every kid on the team because that's gonna cause problems for everybody. Now you got cross coaching. When you cross coach, nothing works.
Yeah, get
So
a couple different messages. You
yeah,
telling different things,
yeah,
confusing the kids.
different stuff, bro. So that's why I say like that's the main thing I look for is a coach that knows how to stick to the assignment and fall in love with just his position. You stick to that. Don't worry about the receiver coach. Don't worry about the running back. Don't worry about what you're coaching. And when that happens, when everybody coaches what they got to coach, the team becomes so much greater because everybody's on one accord. Nobody's cross coaching. But that's the
I think
problem.
that was a
Everybody,
lot of our
right?
problem when we had that, or we had the first team we had. I think that was a lot of our problems there.
Yep.
That we
Yep.
had a lot of everybody coaching everything.
Yeah, everybody want to be the man. Like I said, sticking to what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably the biggest thing in any staff is everybody doing what they're told to do, and that has a lot to do with ego and pride. And I think I know more than you do, and that has nothing to do with it because we're all one staff. We're all on the same page. So, but at the end of the day, it's not just the head coach; it's every single coach putting together one plan. And if we don't do that, guess what? We're going to get out coached.
Yeah, cause these coaches they coming in there, they already know what they trying to get to, and like I said, they got that structure within their coaching staff. So that's why a lot of the time we couldn't really get over the hump. It's not because
Yep.
they had better players, because we matched up evenly, but it was just the structure how we ran the team.
Yep, everybody like over here talking this, talking to that, and it doesn't work like that, bro. When I was with 100K, bro, in that 9U year, bro, no cap, bro, not not one position coach crossed over. They all stuck to their position, but even if it was one kid in their position, they coached that one kid, and that was it. That was it, but I'm talking about that shit was ground. I'm talking about the shit was so grounded, bro, to where like if they cross coaching, bro, that shit was illegal. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You know what I'm saying? So when I saw that, bro, I see why they work the way they do, bro, because everybody's on one accord, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem with coaches nowadays, but everybody want to be the fucking man, bro. Everybody want to
yeah,
be the fucking man, bro. Bro, let's lose all that prideful high horse type bullshit, bro. Everybody has to do their job, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if we volunteer because at the end of the day, we all want to win. So if we want to win, just do what the fuck you're told. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Not to sound reckless, but that's the point that it has to get to because that's the problem with coaching nowadays, bro. Everybody want to be the damn man, bro. So that everybody coming together.
yeah. Now, what the chat talking about? Mike, you got any questions for him?
Now they're just shouting out Osceola from a while back. E said y'all had some pressure at the time. Y'all won D2. 100K was winning. Hester was winning big games. The family had done came over, so it was just a standard for all of us. Y'all competed while y'all was here. Everybody been on the hot seat. I don't know much questions though. Just
Nah,
agreeing
that
with
real.
everybody.
Hey, that real. I think the time that we came there, and you had all that emotion going on, everybody winning. You know what I'm saying? We can't pull out no bullshit product. You know what I'm saying? You got the family. I forgot about the family that's over there too.
Yeah.
Shit, you got the family. You got 100K. You got us. You know what I'm saying? We was and you got Hester them. We was like the four age levels that was carrying the program.
Mm-hmm.
So we had big shoes to fill. Then you had Twan them coming that 6 year. So you had a whole org. I feel like this gonna be another year like that though.
Yeah.
With West Orlando, cause they stacked from top to bottom. Um, especially from that 5 year. I feel like we're gonna be the standard. We gonna hold it down. Um,
Mm-hmm.
we definitely gonna hold it down for that level. It's gonna be nice because YNC they doing 5U this year. This is the first time they doing it. So when the first time they had D2, we won it. So now I'm trying to be like the first time they got a 5U bracket. Guess what? We gonna win that bitch too. You know what
That's right.
I'm saying?
Slide that bit.
Straight up, man, to the shot.
Yeah. But no, but I would say though, if anybody want to take notes from any staff, I would say um it would be the Jack Boy staff. You know what I'm saying? They just watch how they coordinate. You know what I'm saying? Watch how they work together. Watch how they do everything as one. You know what I'm saying? Like of course they're gonna argue, they're gonna fight, cause that's what we do as men. You know what I'm saying? That's just a part of the game. But
But shit don't get outside they count.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, nothing comes out of that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everything stays inside, bro. And they all work their positions, bro. It is no overlapping, bro. And if somebody missing, bro, somebody else steps in, bro, and they do the job, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I think like, like if you're an upcoming coach or you're a rookie coach or you're trying to learn, that would be a great team to like stand there and take notes from, because they really are the
Yeah.
forefront of what it should look like.
Nah, that real.
Sure.
I second, I second that. Hey, any questions you got, Mike?
Nah, really, I'm excited to see all five of you. I know y'all a little biased, but I've been hearing a lot about the 5U because y'all the coaches and Q talks about them all the time, and I'm excited to see what y'all got. uh, I know y'all gonna probably run the table because I haven't heard anything about 5U, and I know y'all been working and
Shit, HOA got to fire you. Osceola got to fire you. Outlaws got to fire you.
Yeah,
Tampa Jag got to fire you. Everybody in the city that got to fire you now ever since we done dropped the fire you. So, we
I
going
just ain't heard about them like
yeah,
y'all. Y'all been working.
and last year they did 8 on 8. This year is gonna be 11 on 11. So it's gonna
Okay.
be a little bit different from last year. Shout out to Florida City. They won 5U last year. But they ran it like the 8 on 8. But this year's gonna be 11 on 11. So you're gonna have to put them big boy pants on, have these babies out there playing, not being overly cocky. We just know how we prepare. We trust in the process of what we did, and we prepare in practice, man. So, when we speak highly of our team, we know we put in that practice. We know that we going over the game plan, and we got a plan that we trying to accomplish. So of course we supposed to feel like that about our team, right?
Yes, sir.
Um,
real talk.
and we prideful what we put in. We put in the work with these boys, and it's just gonna translate on the field with them. It's still they still 5 years old. They still babies and stuff like that. But we trying to get that baby version up out of them because we don't hold them accountable like they babies. We hold them
Yo,
accountable like they young
no, I
man.
don't play with
You know what I'm
their ass,
saying?
bro. I don't play with
So
their ass.
we're teaching them accountability at an early age. So they'll be better men in the future. So um just hey, I just want to appreciate you for coming on, bro.
Yes,
You
sir.
day one from the jump, man. Appreciate you joining the live and the podcast, man. We appreciate this episode. Great insight of learning the ins and outs of your coaching career, man. I just wish you nothing but the best, man. And let's go get this shit done on fire, you man. And let's run this damn table, bro. Cause um, a lot of people do respect what we did with the Showtime boys. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people do recognize it, but we don't get a lot of we don't get our full recognition, whatever you want to say, however you want to say that shit.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah,
don't
yeah.
we don't we don't we ain't get our our flowers yet. So we finna run it back, and we finna build these boys up, and hopefully, like, what I'm saying, we can pass them off again now, you, huh?
Real talk, real talk, real talk, my boy. Shit, I'm ready.
You know what I'm saying? From
Yeah,
five to nine, 5 to 10, and then shit, y'all boy go ahead to the 100K style, man.
yeah, they can
You
have them.
know, yeah. So hey, hey, bro, it was a great episode, bro. Appreciate you. I ain't gonna hold my teeth hurt like a mud right now, boy. But I've been keeping my composure, boy.
Yeah,
So
yeah. No, I appreciate y'all boys having me on, man. Man, bless y'all boys, man. Y'all doing big things, bro.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
that's my brother, man. Coach Bowles, man, National D2 Championship coach. He got plenty other trophies, man. We was putting a lot of belt to ass, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So we have like 85 win percentage over the 4 years we've been coaching together. So we finna try to just continue the greatness, man. So I look forward to running this season back with you, bro. Let's show these boys what time it is, man, and let's go ahead and get it done, bro.
yes, sir. Real talk, man. Y'all already know love.
All right, love,
Yes,
brother.
sir.
All right, family. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That was my brother, Coach Bowles, man.
Pop
Shit.
it up in the chat, y'all.
I, I know y'all. Shit. I know y'all ain't really see me like that. I was driving. I was at UCF at my nephew graduation. Shout out to my nephew Devon Rivers, second generation. He's the first kid in that second generation. Well, this he the, I'm the second generation. I'm sorry. Um, I was the first in the second generation to graduate. He's the first of the third generation to graduate. Because the third generation is our kids. Yeah. Um, and look at you got them plays.
We got a few of them. Most of them Big Z. So we can shout out Big Z real quick. I forgot the name of this one. He only gave us his Instagram, so I'll play it.
Hold on, man. Oh my God. What's his Instagram? Oh my God.
Tryna make me be the bad guy. Telling people that this shit was damn loud. How me your ex young nigga feeling paralyzed. When y'all go, can't stop, pick up
I'll
red
put his
light. 100
Instagram in
G's
the
for the
chat,
nails.
y'all.
I might put that bad bitch, she Chanel. I throw it back when this shit feel real. She want the Molly, she want the pills. I throw 150 for the nails. I might put that bad bitch.
And then we got some. I got 3 videos of Big Z. Shout out to Big Z
Hey,
from
Jit is really
18.
growing at the
Ain't
quarterback
about crime.
position.
It's back. He back out here, back in the paint. All these kids, man. Bro, we got 7-year-old versus 8 year
Let me
old.
turn down Dread.
Shout out Jafet on the on the video. Zion. Hey, shout out to Coach Bull, man. We forgot to say, yeah, we forgot to shout Coach Bull out, man. Coach Bull was a big part of that 7U team and that 8U team that year. Damn, I forgot, brother. You right. Zion with the tug.
Let's go, Castle! Good stop! That's your guy! Touch him!
This is the Pro Bowl from a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
You know
brrr.
how that is. That's Kobe.
Z to Kobe. That's gonna be the ATL connection.
Touchdown. Zion on the Kobe's. ATM connection.
he took his words
Hey!
out his mouth.
Hey! Bro!
There we
Look at
go
that sweet
again.
throw. Brrr. That's a good throw. Great
Yes,
catch,
sir.
great connection, bro.
Shout out them boys. Hey, send these next couple weeks, y'all. Just send some highlights. It don't gotta be from this week. It don't gotta be from last week. You can send us any highlights, y'all, so we can get top 10 back up and rolling. It could be basketball too. I know it's summertime. AAU coming around.
Hey, we want the track too. You burnt
Yeah.
somebody ass on that track. Shit, give us some track highlights. Um, we just appreciate everybody for just continue to rock with us, man. We this is considered off season,
Mm-hmm.
and now that spring is over, and it's gonna be games towards the end of June, so we'll have way more traction. This fall season is gonna be crazy. I can
Yeah.
already see it. You know, um, Bull say he ain't watching the show no more. Bull. Hey man, I need I'm about I'm finna call you, bro. 'Cause I want you to get on, bro. Shout out Coach Bull, man. Hey, this concludes the episode of Talk That Talk You Football Podcast. Episode what? 18?
17.
17. Episode 17, y'all. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in with us. Um we definitely got some more bangers coming. Y'all gonna love that. Y'all, hey, if y'all liked this one, y'all gonna love the one we got next week.
Yes, sir.
We gonna drop the flyer tomorrow. I'm finna send you the picture right now, bro.
All right.
Yeah, we got a treat for y'all. Y'all been asking for it, so I think the next couple interviews we got,
Gonna
y'all
be
been asking
fire.
for. So we got some motion going on. Um, I know they like. Damn, I seen them. They was interviewing the kids at first. One week kid, 1 week coaches. We're finna start back up with the kids now that it's
Mm-hmm.
June and preseason football finna start. We finna start back getting kids on, but we're gonna go with some younger levels. We gonna go with older levels too, but it ain't just gonna be 13U and high school kids. We're gonna do all levels. So if your kid got what it takes and can articulate themselves in the interview, we definitely want to ask some questions and get to know them a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all of them ain't gonna be all long interviews because they young kids don't really, they still living in their story right now. They still painting their picture right now. So um, we gonna get that started. And we just appreciate y'all, man. Your word of mouth, your subscribes, your subscriptions, your likes, your comments, all that helps build a platform up, man. So I just ask that you guys just go over to my YouTube channel. We like a couple of subscribers away from 500 subscribers on YouTube. We're gonna start this thing slow. We're gonna celebrate everything like we supposed to. It's a platform that we started from the ground up. We started with zero. Now we almost at 500. We like maybe like 50 away, 50 subscribers away. So if I can get 50 people that's on right now to go over to my YouTube channel and subscribe, that'll do us uh a huge dividends, guys. So we appreciate y'all. And like I said, just thank y'all for always tuning in and supporting us. Me and Mike, we definitely appreciate it. We got
Yes,
that
sir.
merch on the way, and we definitely gonna have a bid for y'all. Got to stay focused, trying to get a little bit more things lined up, but we definitely on the right track as far as timing. Um,
Goal is to have it at beat 'em and feed 'em.
yes, that's the goal.
We,
Um,
we we will try our best to.
I ain't gonna lie, that Miami Vice, we gonna have them, some of them on hand. Hey, look, that Miami Vice go hard, bro. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna hold you. Like that logo is fire. So we're gonna have a mock-ups with those too, but it's not too early. If you guys any of the mock-ups that you guys seen that you want to
Mm-hmm.
purchase, just hit me up. Shout out to Coach Bull for subscribing to the channel, man. Appreciate it, brother. We got 2 subscriptions, man. So shout out to y'all, man, for just supporting, man. And we appreciate y'all. It's all love. And that's gonna conclude this episode of Talk That Talk You Football Podcast, man. I'm your boy, Coach Keith.